Hi, welcome to Family Yoga 10 a.m. Saturday edition. Patrice has sacrificed himself to go out and brave the grocery store. So me and the kids this morning. It is going to be a little bit of a rigorous practice so that we can really get out of our heads and get into our bodies and focus there. So if you have a block like that, Amber, show the block. If you have a block, or maybe you have something like a yoga wheel or a couple of stacked books or a foam roller, something you can place at the top of your mat so that when we're in some positions with one leg lifted, you can have something to hold on to for balance. That would be great. You don't have to have it. If you're fine without it, great. You have a block, good. But like I said, I mean, you could use, I have a Bluetooth speaker that's about that size. I'll show it to you. Something like this you could put down on the mat in front of you. Just something to kind of give you some balance. Otherwise, if you don't have anything like stacked books or anything to hold on to, you can always bend your knee, get a little lower, put your hand on the mat. So you can work through it. And remember, anytime during this practice, if it's too difficult, take a child's pose, sit back on your butt, hang out, take a down dog, or any modification you need. So let's start sitting on the mat. Sit down on the mat. I've got my mic pack on the side so we can do this. I know. All right, we're gonna roll all the way down onto our backs. So roll all the way down, come all the way down. My kids love bananas, so we're gonna start with a little banana where you have your hands outstretched over your head, bring your palms together, and then walk those palms over to the right side. So you're curving your upper body, but it's still on the mat. It's on the mat. Then walk your feet over, keeping them together. Walk, one at a time. So both your feet and your hands are curved to the right. Your hips are to the left. And your body is in the shape of a banana. Back side of your body on the mat. Just breathe here and stretch. You'll feel that nice stretch through your left side body. Maybe close your eyes. Take a couple deep inhales and exhales. All right, walk your feet back to center and then walk your hands back to center. Stay in that outstretched supine position. Maybe stretch your arms really far forward towards the wall behind you and stretch your toe wall below you and get that nice stretch through your body. Okay, now palms back together, hands walk over to your left, back of the body is still on the mat, feet walk over to the left, back of the body on the mat, and hips are floating more toward the right, but again, your butt is on the mat. The whole backside of your body is on the mat. You're just in a curved banana shape. And just breathe here. Enjoy that stretch through your right side. That stretch after waking up and being probably curled up or maybe on your tummy all night. It's really good to stretch the sides of our bodies. Then walk your feet back to center, hands come back to center. Again, stretch up and out one more time, just pulling those hands up towards the wall behind you. Feet down. Mama, so good. Now, flex your feet, bring your palms together. Inhale, and on your exhale, roll up to a sit-up. Roll up nice and slow. Roll up, so good. Maybe touching your toes. Inhale here. Try to get a flat back. Maybe your hands are back on your knees or your shins. Then inhale, arms come up. And exhale, roll back down. Back down, all the way back down, one vertebra at a time. Arms come overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, palms together and roll back up one vertebra at a time. Come on, roll up. Roll up, wake up your abs. So good. Stretch here. Maybe reaching for those toes. Next inhale, raise your arms so they're parallel to the mat. Exhale, roll back down, all the way down onto your mat, arms overhead. Inhale, arms come up, start to roll your body up with it. Inhale, all the way up to a seated position. Exhale, reach those toes. Inhale, arms float back up parallel to the floor. Exhale, roll back down onto the mat, arms stretch overhead. Inhale, arms start to peel up, body comes with it. Roll up, nice long sit up. Exhale, try to reach for those toes. Inhale, arms parallel to the mat. Exhale, roll your body back down. Arms come overhead, stretch. And on your next breath, start to lift your arms, roll your body back up, come forward, stretch and reach for those toes. Exhale. Inhale, lift your arms parallel. Exhale, roll back down. Last one. Stretch those arms. Inhale, roll back up, all the way back up to a seat. Exhale, reach for those toes. Maybe your hands are on your shins. Just get a nice stretch here. So good. All right, cross your legs. So come into a crisscross applesauce position. Okay, just cross your legs in. Nice seated position. Breathe here for a second. So good. All right, plant your palms in front of your legs. Push forward and roll onto those hands and uncross your legs behind you. Then walk them back a tiny bit and you'll end up in a tabletop position. Your wrists should be under your shoulders and your hips should be above your knees. Your back is flat and straight and long. I'm going to adjust my mic pack here because it's falling. It's on the sides. So just stay in tabletop for a second. A couple breaths there. Just relax while I fix this. Okay, I think it's almost done. All right. So from your tabletop, drop your belly. Extend your shoulders up and your butt up. Inhale and come into cow pose. Then exhale, suck your tummy in, round your spine. Bring that rounded spine to the sky for cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly, raise your shoulders, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, draw your tummy up and in, cat. Inhale, tummy comes down, shoulders lift up, look forward. Exhale, pull your tummy in, curve your spine, feel that nice round as you come up into cat. Then come to neutral position, neutral tabletop. In your neutral tabletop, lift your right arm up to the sky and just feel a nice stretch here, trying to keep your hips level where they were before. Exhale, bring that hand down. Inhale, bring your left arm to the sky. Left palm faces the left wall. Hips try to stay even. Nice, bring that back down. Let's do a couple more cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops, shoulders and hips lift. Exhale, curve that spine, belly pulls in, spine goes to the sky. Cat. Inhale, drop that belly for cow. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in for cat. Let's do one more. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Shoulders and hips come up. Exhale, pull that tummy in, round your spine, cat. Then come to a neutral position on your inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Then bring your right hand to touch your left armpit. Drop the top of the left hand to the mat and slide it, the top of the right hand to the mat and slide it to the left, bringing your right ear down to the mat and your right shoulder down to the mat, threading that needle, feeling that side body stretch.
I don't.
Maybe you want to walk your left hand out in front of you on the mat if that gives you a deeper stretch, if that feels good. If you walked that left hand out, bring it back, push it into the mat as you lift your right shoulder and your right ear, pull that right arm back in, place it on the mat, back into tabletop. Okay. Exhale, bring that left hand to your right armpit, then drop it to the mat. And then slide it to the right. Slide that left hand to the right as you bring your left shoulder and your left ear down to the mat, threading that needle. You can walk your right hand out in front of you if you want. And then bring your right hand back, plant it beside your face, onto the mat, push into it to pull yourself up and pull that left arm out from under you, placing it back down. So good. Inhale, drop your belly, hips and shoulders lift for cow. Exhale, pull your tummy in, spine rounds for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Walk your hands back and your hips will come down onto your feet. Then bring your hands to your hips. Now bring your hips up so you're in a kneeling position, just kneeling on the mat. All right, I'm going to move over a tiny bit so you have some more space. Nope, not yet. From your kneeling position, just pick up your right leg and move it to the side. It comes straight out beside you. Straight out to the side. Good job, KK. If you can, point those right toes to the right, or they can be pointed forward, wherever's comfortable for you. Just try to get in this position where your leg is extended right out to your side. You feel the stretch? That's good. We should already feel a little bit of a stretch here. And raise your hands up above you. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right hand to your right leg. Stretch up and over your left hand. This is gate pose, Parigasana. Inhale, come back to center, drop your left arm, raise your right arm, and bend over to the left. Maybe you can bring that left hand to the mat. Bring it back to center. Let's do that one more time. Left arm raises, right arm to right hand to right leg. Bend. Release the left arm. Raise the right hand. Come over to the left. Inhale to center. Left arm up and over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right arm up and over to the left. Left hand. Inhale, back to center. Both hands come down. Bring your right knee in. Come back to kneeling. Again, hands to hips. Bring your left leg out to the left. Come into Parigasana, gate pose. Hands on your hips to start. Then lift your hands overhead. Drop the left hand to your left leg. Reach your right arm up and over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm drops, left hand lifts. Come to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switch sides. Right arm up and over to the left. Inhale, center. Bring your left arm up and over to the right. As your right hand drops. Inhale, back to center. Left arm drops to the left leg. Right arm comes up and over. Extend to the left side. Inhale, back to center. Arms come down. Knee comes in. Come back to kneeling. That's mine? Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to move this forward. Come back into tabletop. And from tabletop, tuck your toes under. Start to hover your knees up. Your knees come up about an inch off the ground and hold it here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. And then on your exhale, push your hips up and back to come into down dog. Now keep your feet here. Don't shift them around. Just stay where you are. You might be in a shorter dog. Kike. And if you're not in a short dog, walk your hands back a little. Walk your hands back, Kike. Walk them back like about size. From here, you should be able to take your right hand up and bring it to your left ankle. grab the outside of your left ankle, or maybe your shin or your knee, with your right hand. KK, walk your hands back a little bit. Come back a little bit. It'll be easier for hands closer to your feet. So if it's too far for you and you can't reach, walk your hands back closer to your feet and then reach your right hand to grab your left ankle. Remember, legs can be bent. They don't have to be straight here. You just want to stretch through the side body. You'll feel that on the right side, like between where your shoulder and your bottom of your torso is, and your back there. Let go of that right hand, pick up your left hand, grab it, reach it to your back right side, and grab the outside of the right ankle with your left hand.
The block has more grip.
Okay, undo that twist, bring your hands back out, walk your feet back a little, be in that down dog, a longer down dog now, hips are shifted up and back, and bend your right knee.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Then bend your left knee. What happened?
A block just went on my finger.
Then bend your right knee.
That was
Can you move them forward, out of your way, please? Bend your left knee. Walk your dog out a little here. Bend your right knee. Bend your left knee. Just inhale and exhale here as you walk out your dog. Start to warm up your legs. Get those stretches through your hamstrings. When you're ready, maybe you want to straighten both legs and really push your hips up and back here. Then on your next inhale, bend your knees and start to step, step, step your feet up in between your hands. Your legs will be bent. Hang out here in a forward fold. Let your head go. Keep your knees bent. Really keep a little bend in your knees here. We're just warming up. Let your head go. Shake it around a little. Nod yes and no. Maybe grab opposite elbows. And once you're feeling really nice and loose in this forward fold, maybe then you start to take a little bit of the bend out of your knee. Not all the way, but just unbending a little more. Starting to get a tiny bit straighter. And then again, loosen up here. Hang your head heavy. Nod yes and no. Grab opposite elbow. Just hang out here. Try to shift your weight forward as you do this. And then maybe you straighten those knees a little bit more. Again, still hanging out in that forward fold. Getting that nice long spine here. Then your next inhale, you release your hands and start to roll your spine up from bottom to top. Head is the last thing to lift, and come into Tadasana. Walk out your feet so your feet are hips width distance. Hands are by your side, palms face forward. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. You can just stand here, enjoy this moment. Beautiful sun, such a nice day today. Just being here right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Inhale together, then exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Inhale together. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale. Sigh it out through your mouth. All right, open your eyes. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, fold over your feet, come down to the mat. Inhale, extend your spine, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale here, then flatten your palms into the earth and step both of your feet to the back of the mat for plank, top of a push-up. Hold it here. If you want, lower your knees to the mat. And then wherever you bend at your elbows, bringing your arms in close to your chest, coming halfway down, chaturanga, and then lower all the way to the mat. On your next inhale, untuck your toes, push your feet into the mat, peel your head, your neck, your chest up, come into Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, head comes back down to the mat. Inhale, hands come behind you and clasp them behind your back. Exhale here. Inhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up. Maybe hands rise up a little bit as they're clasped on top of your butt. Exhale, breathe down. Inhale one more time. Exhale here. Then inhale, lift your hands up, and then lift your head, your shoulders, your heart up. Pushing the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, bring that all back down to the mat. Push your hands into the mat. Push back into tabletop position. Push back into tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, raise your right arm to the sky. Open up to the side. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm comes to the sky. Twist to the left. Exhale, bring that down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Bring it down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift left arm. Exhale, bring it down. So good. Inhale, tuck those toes, hover the knees. Exhale, push your hips up and back into down dog. Inhale. Then on your exhale, bend your knees. Step, step, step up to the top of your mat. Feet in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to standing, hands come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Let's add in a little back bend this time. Inhale, lift your hands overhead. Exhale, look up at your thumbs, puff up your chest. Inhale, hold this. Exhale, fold forward over your legs all the way to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale, step your feet to the back of the mat. High plank, top of the push-up. Inhale. Exhale. If you want, lower your knees and then lower bend your elbows. Come down to chaturanga, halfway down. Then lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. Push the tops of your feet into the mat for cobra. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, hands come behind your back. Clasp those 10 fingers together. Exhale. Inhale, lift your hands. Then lift your head, your chest, your heart up. Down. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, lift your hands up behind you. Then peel your head, your chest. Looking forward, using those back muscles. Exhale, bring it back to the mat. Inhale, push your hands into the mat. Push back to tabletop. Exhale here. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Bring it down. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Bring it down. One more on each side. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Bring it down. Inhale, tuck your toes, hover your knees. Exhale, push your hips up and back. Come into down dog. Bend your knees, and you can choose to step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. I'm going to hop. So with my knees bent, I look forward and hop up in between my hands. On my exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti. Let's get into our Sun B. Make sure you have your blocks at the top of your mat in easy reaching distance. Ambrose, you don't need this right now. I'm going to show them with this. Your block or whatever it is, as high as a block. Okay, only get your block right in front of you. So where you're standing, your block should be a feet in front of you. If you're on a yoga mat, it'll be right at the top of your yoga mat. Ambrose? Okay, hurry up though, because you're going to know what we're doing next. All right, inhale, sit your hips back down, come into a chair pose, like you're sitting into a chair. Bring your hands over your head. Sit back into a chair, KK. Sit down into a chair. You're not sitting. Hold that. I know, that's such good work for our glutes, for our abs, everything we're doing here. All right, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your feet back to the back of the mat. lower down, all the way if you want to go to Bhujangasana, or halfway and come to up dog if you want, where your hips are lifted, you're a little back bend. And then tuck your toes under, come back to down dog. Inhale here. I'll tell you when you need the blocks. Exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. It'll land kind of next to your right thumb. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, let go of your left heel so it spins onto the mat behind you, and your left foot is degrees forward toward the top left corner of your mat. Keep that bend in your front knee. This is warrior one. Bring your hands together, clasp all 10 fingers, and release your index fingers only. You've got a steeple grip. Bend your, no, because our back foot is down. Inhale, look up at your thumbs, puff your chest up, come into a little back bend here. Exhale, let that go. Bring your hands behind your back, clasp them together. Inhale here, puff your chest up again, little back bend. Exhale, lower your torso over your bent right leg, bringing your hands up with it behind you. Come into humble warrior. Your chest will come a little bit on the inside of your right knee, not exactly over it. You don't really want to use your right knee as something to hold your chest on, but it can give you a little bit of support. Keep breathing. And on your next inhale, come back up, lift your torso, keeping that bend in your right knee, arms come overhead. Exhale here. Inhale, pivot onto the ball of your back foot. So you've only shifted your foot here, your hips are the same. Now you're in crescent. Yeah, so now from crescent, inhale here. Exhale, twist your torso to the right and tee your arms out to the side. So your right arm comes behind you, left arm comes out in front. Keeping that bend in your front knee. Keep that. Then on your next inhale, reach your left arm forward and bring it down onto the block or a mat. And then step your back foot in a little bit. And holding onto that block, start to straighten your front leg and lift your left leg up behind you. Your left toes are pointed to the mat. You're in Parivrita Ardha Trikonasana. Twisted half moon. I know that's tough. It's a tough one.
I feel like I need to throw up.
Bring your right arm down. Right hand is onto the block. Both hands are on the block now, and you're in a half splits position. Then turn your left toes to the left wall, which will open your hips to the left, starting to get into regular Ardha Trikonasana. Then lift your left arm to the sky. Right hand stays on that block or the mat. Then left arm comes back down to the block. Turn those left toes down to the mat. And step the left foot back to the back of the mat. Stay here. Plant your palms beside your front, like framing your right foot. Push your palms into the mat. Lift your right foot up. Bring it back. And at the same time, shift your left heel to the left. So you're turning to the side. Right leg lands on top of your left. And you come to a side plank, opening your right arm to the side. Up to the sky. Your right arm comes up. Drop your bottom knee if you want. That will help for extra balance if you need it. Turn back to center. Come down to Chaturanga. And push up through up dog or Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Then tuck your toes and shift your hips up and back to down dog.
Mommy, Amos is still encouraged and he said he feels like he has to throw up.
Okay, well we're getting there. We're getting done. Okay,
Like
inhale
3
here,
minutes.
and then exhale through your mouth. Inhale in your down dog through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let it go. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Lion's breath. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Left leg comes up behind you. Exhale, step it through in between your hands. It'll land next to your left thumb. Bring your hands up overhead. Then spin your right heel down onto the mat so your right foot is facing the top right corner of your mat. Warrior one. Can you bend your right knee a little, or your left knee? Yeah, stay in that nice warrior one position. Clasp all 10 fingers together. Release your index fingers. Tiny back bend. Look up at your thumbs. Puff your chest. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Grasp them together behind your back, all 10 fingers. Inhale, puff your chest up, little back bend. Exhale, bend your torso forward, over left knee, come into humble warrior. Arms raised behind you. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale brings your torso back up, keeping that bend in your left leg. Arms come up overhead. Yes? It's okay. Honey, focus. All right, pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Now you're in crescent. Nothing else has changed really except for your right leg. Now it's facing forward instead of 45 degrees out. So now you're in crescent. Twist your torso to the left, releasing your arms to a T, parallel to the mat. Left arm comes behind you, right arm is out in front of you. You're in a nice twist here. From your twist, start reaching your right arm forward and then place it down on the mat a little bit in front of your foot and to the side of it. Or remember, if you have a block, place it on your block. Left arm comes to the sky. Step your right foot in a little, then start to straighten your left leg as you lift your right leg up behind you. Right toes pointed at the mat. They're pointed down. Hold that Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Then exhale, bring your left hand down to the block. You're in standing splits. Your right leg is still lifted. It's parallel to the mat with your right toes pointing at the mat. Then holding onto that block, start to turn your right toes to the right. Your right hip opens to the right. And your right arm comes up, overhead, into regular Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Bring your right hand down to the block, both hands on the block, turn your right toes down, right hips turn down, and step your right foot back to the back of the mat. Start to release your right foot, right heel down onto the mat so it turns onto the blade of the foot, and you step your left leg back and it comes on top of your right foot. You open up to the left side, left arm comes to the sky. You're in a nice side plank position. Turn back down to the mat, left hand comes down. You're in a high plank. Lower all the way to the mat. Come to Bhujangasana or upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Shift your hips up and back. Come to down dog. Down dog, Kiki. Breathe here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, lion's breath through your mouth. Sigh it out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Big sigh through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Next inhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, hop, or jump up between your hands into a forward fold. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So good. Let's do that one more time, a little bit faster, and then we'll be done with our standing series. Inhale, arms overhead. Sit your butt back and down into chair pose. Exhale. On your next inhale, stay. And then exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your feet back to the back of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway down. Come to Cobra or Bhujangasana or upward dog. Inhale, tuck your toes in between your hands. Arms come overhead. Spin your left heel down. Warrior one. Palms come together. Steeple grip. Little back bend. Release your hands. Arms come behind your back, clasp together. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, bring your torso, fold it over your right leg. Humble warrior. Exhale here. Next inhale brings you up. Pivot onto the ball of your left foot, come to crescent pose. Exhale, twist to the right, open your arms out to me. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, reach your left arm forward. Bring it down to the block or the mat. Arm comes to the sky. Start to lift your left leg up behind you. Straighten your right leg. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the block. Left leg is still lifted, half splits or standing splits. Turn your left toes to the left wall. Open your left hips to the left and raise your left arm to the sky. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand down to meet your right. Turn your left toes back to the mat and step your left foot back to the back of the mat. Release your left heel to the left. You're on the blade of your left foot and bring your right foot on top of your left. Turn to the right, lift your right hand to the sky. Lower your right hand down, come through vinyasa, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips come up and back. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, continue to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale, left leg lifts up behind you. Exhale, step it next to your left thumb. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, spin your right heel onto the mat. Toes are back toes are pointed toward the top right corner of your mat.
8:35.
Clasp all 10 fingers together, release index for steeple grip. Inhale, look up, little back bend. Exhale, release those hands down, clasp them together behind you. Inhale, puff your chest up, little back bend. Exhale, fold over your left knee for humble warrior. Exhale. Next inhale brings you back up, hands overhead. Twist, pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Twist your body to the left, opening your arms out to the side for a twist and crescent pose. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, reach your right arm forward, plant it onto the block or the mat. Lift your left arm to the sky. Start to straighten your left leg as you bring your right leg up behind you, parallel to the mat. For Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon. Lower your left hand to the block. Right leg stays lifted, standing splits. Turn your right toes to the right wall, open your hips to the right, and raise your right arm up to the ceiling. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Lower your right hand to the block or the mat. Turn your right toes back down, facing downward. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Spin your right heel down to the right, so you're on the blade of your right foot, and step your left foot back on top of your right foot. Opening that left arm to the sky, Vashisthasana, with your left arm up. Lower that left hand to the mat. Come back to plank and lower chaturanga all the way to the mat. Come to bhujangasana or upward dog. And exhale. Hips come up and back. Tuck those toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Lion's breath. Let it out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let it out. Lion's breath. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step, hop, or jump up to in between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, hands overhead. Oh, so good. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. So good. Open your feet so they're about as wide as the mat. Your heels should be just on the inside of the mat. And turn your toes out. Your natural turn out, not too crazy. You just want to be however your toes naturally turn out to. So they both turn out to the side. Make sure your feet are as wide as your mat. So your heels will be on your mat, your toes will be off your mat. Basically, that'll be kind of the distance. Hands are at heart center. Start to lower your butt back and down, keeping your spine nice and long. And if this is all you can do, stay here. If this is your sweet spot, stay in your sweet spot. Some people's sweet spot is a little lower. Some people it's a little higher. Some people that have like quadriceps and stuff, this will be their sweet spot. My husband, this is his sweet spot because he plays a lot of soccer, and going deeper than this will be difficult. Anyway, this is a great place to hang out. If you want to drop your butt all the way down, you can do that too. But make sure you're keeping your spine nice and long and not compromising yourself in any way. Be true to you. Make sure you're pushing, if you're all the way down, pushing your elbows into your knees to get that width, yes? Yes, you can. Oh my God, the block is great. That's the perfect way to use the block. I should have said that. This is a great place to use the block. Place it under your butt, sit on the block, and that'll really give you some space, some leverage to really open your hips without having to think about holding the sitting position. All right. And on your next exhale, plant your palms in front of you, forward fold, turn your toes facing the front of the room, and kind of just pivot those feet in a little bit so they're like on two skis, hips width distance, and hang out in this forward fold. So good. All right, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit your butt down like you're going into a chair. Lift your hands up overhead. A nice, really low chair. Really low chair. This is our last chair. It's a really low chair. Just hold this chair. Don't come out of it. Hold the chair. Hold the chair. Sitting really deep, sitting really deep, sitting back really deep. All right, bring your butt down to the mat. Release onto the mat. So good. Done with our standing series. We're done with the standing part. Is that good? All right, so come into a regular Dandasana. So feet out in front of you, staff pose, feet are flexed, legs are straight, arms are by your side. Good? Okay. Then lower, start to walk your hands back and lower your back all the way to the mat. I gotta move my mic pack out. Lower all the way to the mat. And then bend your knees in. With your knees bent in, you're going to come up into bridge pose. We'll do a wheel after this, Ambrose. So bend your knees in. Your feet are not all the way next to your butt. They're a little bit, they're about a foot between your butt and your heels. We're going to come into bridge pose. So make sure your neck is long on the mat. Don't be trying to get on the top of your head. You're really on the back of your head here, okay? You're relaxing your neck down. Then you start to peel your butt up, the bottom of your back, pushing into those feet, into those legs. Yeah, bridge pose, trying to get all the way onto the top of your shoulders. If you want, you can walk your shoulders in, give you a little more length here. Bring your hands to clasp under your body, and then you can walk your shoulders under a little more. That'll heighten you up a little bit. Lifting your hips to the sky and thinking of the energy pulling out towards your knees. So you're shifting it down towards your knees, forward. Just breathe here. Hold this nice bridge. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, bridge lock pose. All right, release your hands if they're clasped. Let your shoulders loosen out, and then roll down, starting from the top of your vertebra down to the bottom of your spine. And then hug your knees into your chest. Hug them in tight. Maybe you can grab opposite elbow. You might feel a little pinching sensation in your hip flexors here. That's normal. All right, now you can take bridge again, or you can take wheel. Now, I'm going to take wheel, and I'm going to show you how to do it without an apparatus. Ambrose is going to show you with an actual yoga wheel here. So we'll show Ambrose.
I know.
And KK, can you grab that red thing, the roller? Because you can use a foam roller, too, to get another back bend. So you come here.
No, I'm going to do it on my mat.
Well, they need to see you this way. They need to see you from the side. So sit in front of your wheel. If you have a yoga wheel, you bend your legs in. Wait. Bend your legs in. And then you start to push and walk your knees back. Roll back till about the top of your head hits the mat. Then you find a really solid position here. walk your hands forward a little bit so they're closer to your shoulders. Then you can start to push up, really push the mat with those feet. Push up. Can you lift up? Yeah, there you go. So good. So good. All right, release back to the block or to the yoga wheel, and then release very safely. Come here, Keone.
Wait, can I try the wheel?
Let's let KK do it because he's tighter than you. You just did the wheel. So KK, come here. Now this is just for a really more simple back bend. Lay down on the thing, okay, and walk back a little. So he's gonna walk back a little with your, keep your butt down though. Keep your butt down. Just walk, no, keep your butt down. Okay, you can lift your butt too, I guess. This is essentially bridge with a little bit of back support. No, this is not for wheel. This is just for a back bend. You can have plenty of back bends without pushing all the way up into wheel. We did already so many back bends with Cobra and Up Dog. We did back bends in Warrior. There's so many back bends.
Okay.
So this is a very easy back bend. If you have a foam roller, here, why don't you move out of the way?
It makes your back hurt. No, it doesn't.
Well, if you have a foam roller that is soft, this one I think is pretty soft, you can just lay down onto it and then roll back a little bit, keeping your butt on the mat if you want, or lifting it, and then kind of laying out with your back of your head on the mat, or even the top of your head, if that's how much space you have. Knees bent or lifted. You can get in a bridge here if you want. Lower it back down and roll forward. So that's just an easy way with playing with back bends. Again, for full wheel without the assistance of a prop, we're gonna just lay on our backs, walk our feet in a little bit. Bring your arms to the sky and pretend like you're pressing the sky away. That way your fingertips are facing backward and you've got this nice level plane with your hands. This plane is what comes down behind you. You bend your elbows, you bring that behind you without changing the shape of your hands, and you plant those hands into the mat near your ears. And you want to kind of keep those fingertips coming in towards your shoulders and bring it in tight there. I'm going to walk my feet forward a little bit because that'll give me a little more leverage here. And then I'm going to peel my butt up, push into my hands, push into my feet, and come up. I might walk forward a little bit and maybe come into my toes. Ah, so good. And then you can walk your feet back out, slowly lower the back of your head to the mat, like you're bring down one vertebra at a time, and then hugging your knees into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest, guys. Apanasana, wind removing pose. Hug your knees in nice and tight for a nice counter pose. Really good. Hold that. Just breathe there. Now take one more back bend of your choice. It can be on a prop. You can use a book just under you can use a block. I'll show you with a block. With a block, I just put it down. And you might want one under your head as well. With a block, I'm going to place that block kind of on the middle of my, well, like underneath where my shoulder blades are. And then I can bring the other block on a higher setting to support my head so I'm not going back as far. This is a really nice and easy back bend. Or you can bring the top block a little lower, give you more of a back bend, or you can even remove it altogether and you'll see that'll give you even more bend in your spine. So go with the level that works for you. You can use books here, you can use props, you can use whatever works for you. Try to get that nice back bend. If you want to take another wheel, I like to take a wheel and then put my forearms down just for a different stretch. So I push all the way up and then I lower my forearms to the mat. My head usually comes down first, then my forearms, and I push into this here. But take bridge, take the back bend on a block, on your books, whatever feels good for you. Our back bends are so important for us. A lot of us, especially working from home now, like I am, our backs get really kind of bent out of shape from hunching over our new desks and not having all of our ergonomic setups that we have in our offices, or maybe even we're just doing homeschooling with the kids and we're leaning over their shoulders all the time. So back bends are a really important part of your spinal health. Let's do one more counter pose with rabbit instead of Apanasana, because I love rabbit so much. It's such a fun, good pose. So for rabbit, get into a kneeling position, sit your hips down on your heels, reach back with your hands, grab the top of your heels, and then curl your chin down into your chest, and your head comes down onto your knees. Your forehead meets your knees. The top of your head is on the mat, the top. Once the top of your head is on the mat and you're pulling onto those heels, you can lift your butt up. And this is a really good place for people with a headstand practice, a tripod, to just bring their hands back a little, raise their feet up, and come up into an easy tripod headstand. Oops. Okay, into a back bend with that one. Okay, come all the way up to a seated position. Bring your legs out in front of you for staff pose, Dandasana. Bend your right knee in, pick it up, and place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. This time, let's keep our left leg outstretched. You can bend it in if you want a little more, but this is the end. Raise your right arm up, and then place it next to the bottom of your spine so that that right palm is pushing into the mat. Lift your left arm up, cross it in front of your body, and that left elbow will hit the outside of your left knee. Then you can use it, you can push into it to twist your spine open to the right. This is the last one. Undo that twist. Right arm comes out, right leg comes out. Bend your left knee, pick up your left foot, place on the outside of your right knee. Left arm comes up and bring it behind your spine. It presses into the mat at the base of your spine. Right arm comes up, cross it in front of you, and place that right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Push into that left knee to twist open to the left. Shh. Undo that twist. Roll down onto the mat. That was such a good practice today, a lot of balancing. So just pull your knees in again, squeeze one more time for Apanasana. Squeeze them in real nice and tight. Nice squeeze is the end of your practice. And then release your feet down onto the mat. Legs get heavy, they extend all the way down. Open your feet a little wider than hip width distance. Allow the feet to flop open to each side. Bring the arms down beside you, a little wider than your, not touching your body, outside of your body. Palms face up, tops of your hands melt into the mat. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, relax your hips, relax your tummy, let go of any clenching in your ab muscles. Let go of any clenching in your jaw or any tension between your eyebrows or behind your eyes. Maybe that band that circles up around your ears, let go of that. The back of your neck releases down long into the mat. Slowly bring some awareness back into your body, into your feet, into your hands. Maybe roll to the right side. Come into a fetal position on your right. And then push yourself up to a seated position. You can grab a block if it's easier for you to sit on. Sit on your block for your seated position. That makes it a lot easier sometimes. Keeping your eyes closed, place your palms down on your knees. And then inhale together through our nose. Exhale together, easy breath out. Inhale through your nose. Hold. Exhale, easy breath out. Inhale, arms come overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, hands come down to third eye. Then down to your heart. So grateful for this moment. Thank you all for being here. Namaste. Okay, thank you all for joining, and I hope this practice brought some light into your day. Hopefully practicing with our bodies and bringing that awareness internally can release us from all of the mental and emotional stresses that are outside in our world right now. They'll be waiting for us later, so let's all just take a break sometimes, get away from that, practice your meditation, practice your asana, get into your body, and let go of the stresses in the outside world. Thank you all.